Hey everyone, Rachel here. Just a quick heads up about this week's episode. Once you get into it, you'll probably notice that the audio quality is not the best. Unfortunately, we did not realize this until well after recording and getting into the editing phase, and unfortunately, we do not have time to re-record. So I have done my best to try to salvage what we have. I had to cut out several chunks of commentary and other things, and you'll mostly hear my voice. For whatever reason, Chrissy and Holly and Brittany, their audio is almost unintelligible, and I have no idea why. And if you listen to me, you can at least understand what I'm saying, but it's still pretty bad. All things considering, we have no idea what caused this. It doesn't seem to be an issue with Skype. Everything sounded great as we're recording, so best we can figure is it was something with the actual software program that we use to record, or a plugin bug or something. I'm not entirely sure. I'm gonna have to look into it and hopefully figure it out before we record the next episode. But hopefully you guys will not be too annoyed with the drop in quality with this week's episode and you listen to the whole thing, especially because if you listen to the whole thing towards the end, I'm not going to tell you specifically where, but it's a exciting giveaway we are doing. So if that's not incentive to listen to the entire thing, I don't know what is. So hopefully next week we'll be back to everybody sounding like themselves and not a really crappy drive-through speaker. So thanks for sticking around with us and sticking up with us as we have this unfortunate technological glitch. I figure 198 episodes and then some, if you count all the little extra squee and other things we've done, that this is the first time we've experienced won't happen again anytime soon. We consider ourselves very fortunate, so enjoy.
My name is Peter Davison, I played the Fifth Doctor, and you're listening to the Five-ish Fangirls.
Tangents we continue all the way to episode 198 of the Five-ish Fangirls podcast, and this just in, we're back and stuff is happening. Welcome everyone to this week's episode of the Five-ish Fangirls podcast. So glad you could join us. Let's start off like we do every week. Click on the virtual table, see who's joined us this week.
This is Chrissy.
This is Rachel in Indianapolis, Indiana. Hello everyone. Chrissy's back! Yay! You gotta earn those dollar bills, yo. Hopefully everyone was okay with us taking a break last week while I went on a long weekend away off the grid to chill, which was nice. We had fantastic weather for camping, so I can't complain too much there. And while we were out, people enjoyed listening to the interviews / demos, the little extra squee we released last week from Gen Con. I know it's a very long extra squee, and most of that is the 2 demos that I did off-site, because it's almost an hour just with those 2 demos, but hopefully, if at the very least people listen to the other interviews before that, which are shorter, the super long demos at the end, people don't want to listen to all that. I'm not heartbroken, so. But it's out there, so there is that. So, but since we have been off, we've got a lot of news to get caught up on, so this is going to be another fandom news episode. So first bit of news is 10 o'clock news, unfortunately. So music icon, legend, whatever you want to call her, probably the title label fits. Aretha Franklin has passed away. So there's that. All right, let's move on to some happier news. So, bunch of convention related announcements. So, if you look at the calendar like I have and go, oh my God, uh, where has the month gone? But coming up this weekend, as we're recording this weekend is my double dip convention. Rachel's going to drive all around the state of Indiana madness. So this Saturday is the Indie Disney Meet up in Noblesville. So they have posted the schedule for the main stage and the breakout rooms and the raffle drawing schedule. So you can go to their Facebook page and see that. So Behind the Ears and Be Our Guest will be doing, I think, a live recordings for their podcast, and then Roxy Dar is going to take the stage at 2, and then Lou is going to take the stage at 3, about 3:45ish, looks like. And then there will be characters. They'll also be doing some smaller talks in the breakout room with Jeff Barnes and the Disney Moms panel. And then, of course, they will do the raffle on the hour. There's a 50-50 raffle. There's a scavenger hunt draw. And then the auction. If you aren't familiar with the auction, which we will get to in a second, they break it up into 2 parts. So one, you can bid, and you can start bidding as soon as the event starts, but everything included in the first, I guess, lot or whatever, first part of the auction will close at looks like 5 o'clock according to the schedule I'm looking at, and then part 2 will close at 6. And talking of the auction, this year, I can't remember if Aaron mentioned it when we had him on a couple weeks ago. He might have. But the auction, the bidding for the auction is going online. So you can bid regardless of whether you're attending, which is great. And then they will, if you win, then they'll figure out how to get it to you, shipping and all that. All the items are still going to physically be at the event, so people can actually see them and touch them and that sort of thing. But they won't have the sheets like you see at a lot of silent auctions where people can just write down their bid, and you got to kind of keep an eye on it, and you can keep bidding if somebody outbids you until you're like, okay, that's more money than what I want to spend, moving on. Everything's online, so regardless of whether you're attending or not, you need to go to their Facebook page, click on the link, sign up for an account for the online auction website, so that come noon Saturday you can just log in and start bidding. And there is Wi-Fi at the event, and I'm sure a lot of people will be using it. So, but if you are attending and you happen to win, you can just pick up your item right there, and you don't have to worry about shipping, which is always great too. And they're still adding items to the online. So they've got a lot listed already that you can see pictures of with descriptions. It'll tell you what the starting bid is going to be, that sort of thing. The stuff that I have donated on our behalf has not been put up yet, so I'm not going to say anything. Suffice it to say, it's really cool though. They are really cool. Two items of a similar vein, but they're very unique. So they're not going to be sold or put out as a set. You can do one or the other or both. But I will, once those are live, I may post a link to that particular item because I'm a little biased and be like, hey, bid on our stuff. But of course, bid on whatever floats your fancy, and there's always a huge variety of stuff from, Disney gift cards to toys to bottles of wine to gift cards to local restaurants. The Disney like Dooney and Burke bags and the Coach, and there's just a little bit of everything, and they all start at various price points. So, and everything goes to Give Kids a World. So it all goes to the charity of the event. So it goes to a very good cause. So if you can't make it, you may want to bid still. You can still participate and contribute to a good cause. Unfortunately, if you're not attending, you miss out on all the other giveaways, but it is what it is. So that's exciting. I've been in talks with Aaron trying to figure out, and Chauncey trying to figure out what time we need to get there so that Chauncey can get all the VR stuff set up. So should be fun. We're going to have to take 2 vehicles because he's got so much stuff he wants to take with the VR setup this time around, because he's expanded upon it since we did Starbase Indy last year, so there's more equipment. So the event starts at noon. I will be there way before that. Mostly helping Chauncey because it won't take me that long to set up my table, but I'll be helping Chauncey. So that's Saturday, and then this Sunday is the Indiana Toy and Comic Expo down in Bloomington, and they have posted their event schedule as well, including their silent auction benefiting their chosen charity, the kids cosplay contest, the adult cosplay contest, the custom figure contest, a panel about making custom toys, custom figurines, and then a podcasting panel, which Billy needs to change the Billy needs to change the description because it's called the panel Podcasters Unite. It says, "Come witness the 5-way podcast throwdown." And Tony's like, "But I like you guys. I don't want to throw down with anybody." I'm like, "No, let's actually." Well, and Tony's still recovering from the car accident, so he's already handicapped. So no, it will not be any throwdown or cage match whatsoever. It's just a chance for us to talk about podcasting and be podcasting nerds. So, information. We're gonna throw down some knowledge on y'all. That's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a knowledge throwdown. Yeah. Yep. So that is that. Our panel is at 2:00 on Sunday. I have not yet seen a floor layout for this year's event, so I don't know exactly where the podcasting row is going to be. I do know ITC is actually taking over the entire convention center space this year. In past years, they've shared it with other events. But this year, they get the entire convention center, so I'm not sure exactly how Billy is doing the layout this year, so I have no idea where you can actually find me. As soon as a map gets posted, I will post it on our Facebook page, so I can be like, you can find me here, unless I'm in the podcasting panel or the bathroom or in line for the food trucks. Otherwise, I'll be there, wherever that is. So that is Sunday. That should be an exciting weekend. I'm so excited for both of these events to see people that I've seen recently, and some people I've not seen recently, and some people that I have not seen in so long that we are grossly overdue for a hug. Lou, I am talking to you, Mr. So, we have talked, but we have not physically seen each other in ages. We are grossly overdue for some hugs. And Jeff Barnes and I will be, guarding the Dole Whip dispenser. So. In our defense, it's free. As soon as I see Jeff, I'm going to be like, Jeff, Dole Whip, Instagram, in our defense. Hashtag in my defense. I have so many things to talk to him about. I'm going to have to be careful not to, totally monopolize his time so that he can actually talk to other people. Yeah. I don't know exactly when he's arriving. I don't know if he's coming Friday night or Saturday morning, but as soon as he walks in the building, I'm gonna be like, whoa! As soon as I see Jeff, I'm gonna be like, Jeff! Ice cream! Dole Whip! Hashtag no defense! Okay. Anyway, so there's that. And then our show next week will be my recap of both of those events and interviews that I get with whoever, which mostly probably talking about food. So nothing wrong with that. Oh, all right. So, looking ahead, I have not actually posted this on any of our social medias yet. So this is this. If you're listening to this, this might be the first you're hearing about it. But in October, first Saturday in October in Chicago, the Rob Southgate, who we had on after PopCon in our big let's plan our own pretend convention episode that we did, who's the owner and operator of Southgate Media Group, which is a big podcasting network that is the host to several friends of our shows. And I believe he mentioned this too when he was on. They are having the first ever Women in Podcasting Festival. So when the applications went up, I was like, what the heck? I can go to my in-laws. It's not that far of a drive from their place to Chicago. So I applied on our behalf and we got in. So, granted, everybody who applied got in, but still, we got in. Yeah. So tickets for that are now on sale. A schedule I'm sure is being worked on as we speak. I'm sure Rob is probably pulling his hair out trying to figure out how to fit all these, I'm sure, amazing podcasts into the 6-hour time frame that they're in the venue. But yeah, if you are in or near the Chicago area for Saturday, October 6th, and you like podcasting and you want to support some women who podcast, like me, aka us, and other people, I'm not sure who all is coming, so it'll be a surprise once I see the lineup, I guess, to see if if there are other people I know. Possibility. Yeah. So tickets are on sale for that. If you buy early, they're discounted. If you wait till day of, you're going to pay full price at the door. So save yourself some moolah. Buy your tickets now. And come enjoy live podcasts with, I'm sure, a bunch of awesome women. So that's exciting. And then our last bit of convention news is, and I've known about this, I did not know dates, I did not know specifics, but I knew this announcement was coming at some point, so now that we have specifics, I can say something. But PopCon is expanding. So Indie PopCon, or PopCon Indies, are now rebranding themselves. It's still going to be a thing. It's still going to be the 3-day convention in this, at the Nana Convention Center. That's still happening next year. But to kind of, I guess, share the love to parts of Indiana that people maybe can't necessarily come to Indianapolis for PopCon, or are come wintertime having the convention withdrawals, I guess, which usually come wintertime I'm not, but hey, why not? So PopCon is having a 2-day, much smaller, but it's PopCon, so it should still be fun, convention in Fort Wayne, Indiana. So it's going to be December 29th and 30th. So that weekend, right in between Christmas and New Year's. That's a Saturday and Sunday. At the Fort Wayne Convention Center. They will be having essentially another version of PopCon. So, beyond dates, not much has really been announced. Tickets are on sale. Vendor if you want to table it at PopCon, the application is up. They are taking panel submissions too. So if you've got a panel idea, submit that, and then more information will be. I know they were just in Fort Wayne over the weekend, talking to local like vendors, comic book shops, that sort of thing. I'm sure talking to the hotel about the room block, because there should be a room block at some point. So I don't know yet for sure if I'm gonna go. I'm usually at Chauncey's parents over Christmas break, but because that's in between Christmas and New Year's, we don't tend to do much of anything except sit around and eat and drink way too much, and sleep in and stay up really late. So we'll see. We'll see if I decide to go. So I might, because it's not that. I'd have to go and at least stay overnight that Saturday night and going into Sunday. It's a bit too far of a drive to drive from my in-laws and back, especially in late December. But it's a decent enough drive that I could go for the 2 days and then go back, and they'd be like, "Oh, where have you been?"
That's like you were gone, but
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, that's why all the bacon's not been eaten, because Rachel hasn't been here. So there's that. So come, you know, in between Christmas and New Year's, you find yourself sitting around going, "I'm bored," and you're in or near the Fort Wayne area, come hang out with Carl and the other PopCon folks and have some fun. So there is that. So that is it for convention news. Moving on to first up, in other news, Disney has announced that a whole bunch of celebrations for Mickey Mouse's upcoming 90th birthday. So Mickey Mouse is turning 90 this year. He doesn't look a day over. I don't know. I don't know how old mice are supposed to look. Doesn't look a day over 20. I have no idea. He looks good for 90. So, of course, Disney being Disney, milestone anniversaries, birthdays, they can't just let those things pass without some sort of hullabaloo, especially the mouse that started it all. So, they are going to have a series of global events at all of the Disney parks to celebrate Mickey and technically Minnie Mouse. They share a birthday. So at Walt Disney World, they will celebrate Mickey's birthday from November 16th to 18th with special merchandise and food and beverage. That'll make Lou very happy. As well as, yeah, as well as a chance to celebrate during the Move It, Shake It, Dance, Play It street party, sing Happy Birthday with the Dapper Dans on Main Street, a special birthday dance party at Rocket Tower Plaza in Tomorrowland, and then in 2019, Walt Disney will continue celebrating when the world's biggest mouse party comes to the resort, because Disney cannot celebrate anything on just one day, no matter how hard they try. At Disneyland, they will be hosting a celebration cavalcade for Mickey Mouse on November 18th, featuring some of his friends and the Disneyland Band, starting at It's a Small World and pausing for a special moment at Sleeping Beauty Castle before continuing down Main Street, USA to Town Square. And they will also be having the world's biggest mouse party in 2019. Disney Cruise Line will join the celebration when the world's biggest mouse party takes to the seas in 2019. In Shanghai, they will be the first to kick off the world's biggest mouse party with a brand new Mickey-themed float at the opening ceremony of the Shanghai Tourism Festival on September 15th. At Shanghai Disneyland, a giant birthday car will be installed next to the Storyteller statue featuring birthday wishes for Mickey's pals. From November 16th to 18th, guests will enjoy themed food and merchandise offerings, as well as an opportunity to sing Happy Birthday to Mickey. And then there will be a special nighttime birthday spectacular in front of the castle on November 18th. In Hong Kong, they will also be having the world's biggest mouse party starting on November 18th with commemorative park tickets, special food and beverage and merchandise, of course, a hotel room overlay, and a We Love Mickey projection show through next February. There will also be special birthday stickers available only on November 18th. Have you figured out which day is Mickey's birthday? Might be November 18th.
Just as a guess.
Yes. Tokyo will have a celebration this fall with special decorations and merchandise, and Disneyland Paris will celebrate with the world's biggest mouse party this fall and into winter with new holiday season entertainment and surprises. And then in New York City, from November 8th through February 10th of next year, will be a interactive art exhibit, Mickey the True Original Exhibition. A pop-up art exhibition inspired by Mickey's status as the true original and his global impact on popular culture and art, from his beginning in black and white in Steamboat Willie to the Technicolor world of more than 100 cartoon shorts. And if you can't make it for Mickey's birthday, the Disney company is having several milestones within the next couple of years. So, if you can't make it, odds are make it for something else. Between Galaxy's Edge opens up next year, so that will be exciting. In both parks, 2020 is Disneyland's 65th anniversary. 2021 is Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary. And 2023 is the Walt Disney Company's 100th anniversary. So within the next 5 years, there is going to be some major celebrating. If you're
Gotta put those party hats down.
yes, so keep the party hats and the streamers ready to go. The Teen Choice Awards were held recently, and a lot of the stuff that we like won. So, yay! Yay! So, winners include Choice Action Movie Avengers Infinity War, Choice Action Movie Actor Robert Downey Jr. for Avengers Infinity War, Beck's Choice Action Movie Actress Scarlett Johansson, Avengers Infinity War, Choice Sci-Fi Movie Black Panther, Choice Sci-Fi Movie Actor Chris Hemsworth, Thor Ragnarok, Choice Sci-Fi Movie Actress Letitia Wright for Black Panther, Shuri for the win, whoop whoop! Choice Fantasy Movie Coco, Choice Fantasy Movie Actor Anthony Gonzalez for Coco. Yes. Choice Fantasy Movie Actress Carrie Fisher, Star Wars The Last Jedi. Choice Drama Movie The Greatest Showman. Choice Drama Movie Actor Zac Efron for The Greatest Showman. Choice Drama Movie Actress Zendaya for The Greatest Showman. Choice Comedy Movie Actor The Rock for Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle. Choice Comedy Movie Actress Anna Kendrick for Pitch Perfect 3. Choice Summer Movie Incredibles 2. Choice Summer Movie Actor Chris Pratt for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Choice Summer Movie Actress Bryce Dallas Howard for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Choice Movie Villain Michael B. Jordan for Black Panther. Choice Movie Ship Zac Efron and Zendaya, Greatest Showman. Yep. There were other categories, but they were all TV, and it was stuff that we don't watch. So yeah, it's I don't watch Riverdale, so sorry. So yay! Gotta give it to the youngins that they know what's hip. Sometimes. Yeah, exactly. So, next up, coming off of Power Morphicon, which was just this past weekend in Anaheim, I think, which is the big Power Rangers fan convention, which I would have loved to have gone to, especially with this being an anniversary year, but alas. But that being said, Hasbro has announced that August 28th will be National Power Rangers Day to help celebrate the 20th anniversary of the franchise. So they want people to use the hashtag National Power Rangers Day throughout the day. Make sure you post photos and videos throughout the day. And that is also the day, the air date for the Power Rangers 25th anniversary episode, which is going to be part of the current run, which is Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel. And it's going to have a lot of return Rangers. They started announcing some of the familiar faces that would be returning, and then they finally posted a picture of all of the former Rangers that will be returning for this anniversary special, including Jason David Frank, of course. Because you can't have anything of significance in the Power Rangers franchise without Tommy Oliver returning. But yeah, so Jason David Frank is returning. Let's see, Steve Cardenas is going to be returning. Jason Font, Catherine Sutherland, and unfortunately, I don't know most of the rest of them because I still have not finished watching 25 years worth of Power Rangers. So I don't know. It's 25 years of TV, okay? I know. So, but rest assured, on the 28th, I will be wearing a Power Rangers t-shirt. So, yeah, I know what I'm wearing. Alrighty. So switching gears somewhat, we've got our first trailer and a premiere date for Star Wars Resistance, which is the new Star Wars in canon cartoon. So it is going to debut on the Disney Channel on October 7th. And we got our trailer with some familiar faces like Poe Dameron and BB-8, who is just as adorable in animated form. So it looks good. It looks really good. So I'm feeling it, especially considering I just finished mainlining Clone Wars. So now I need to watch Rebels, and then I'll be caught up for this and when Clone Wars comes back next year. So woot woot woot. And then our last bits of news are all Doctor Who related. So, which we got to do something until Doctor Who comes back, because I like how every time something Doctor Who comes out, they're like, Doctor Who returns this fall. I'm like, be more specific.
Like fall could be anywhere from September to mid-December.
Yeah, and then they'll be like, it'll definitely be out by October, and I'm like, be more specific. And I would say you could have, in the meantime, keep yourself busy with this stuff, but none of this stuff's going to come out before Doctor Who comes back. But whatever. So, first up, and I know Chrissy's very excited about grabby hands. Grabby hands. So, yes. So, if you've been paying attention, pretty much all of Classic Who is available on DVD, with some exceptions. New Who has been coming out on Blu-ray. Now they're finally getting around to releasing Classic Who on Blu-ray. So their first dip, toe in the water was releasing, of course, Tom Baker, releasing a season of Tom Baker, season 12 of Tom's run, because classic Doctors, he's the most popular, so start with the most popular Doctor. But apparently, it went so swimmingly successful that they are going to release another Blu-ray box set, but this time with the fifth Doctors, season 19. They have remastered all 26 episodes. It'll be an 8-disc Blu-ray box set. Any special features that were on the DVDs will be included, and then there are going to be brand new special features, including making of documentaries for Castrovalva, Fort of Doomsday, Black Orchid, Earthshock, and Time Flight. Surround sound mixes for Kinda and Earthshock, an extended version of Black Orchid Part 1. Studio footage from Castrovalva, Fort of Doomsday, Earthshock, and Time Flight. I don't know how this works. Optional new special effects for Castrovalva. Not sure exactly what that means.
I wonder if it's some of the, what was the one with the ships and the boats in space? In English, there was
Yeah.
an option to watch it like where the special effects look better.
Okay.
It was like a special feature, so you could either watch it, the way the effects look originally, which was kind of
There's going to be seven more editions of Behind the Sofa, and a new 1 hour interview with Peter Davison. So it's available for pre-order now and will be released on November 19th. And hopefully this is successful, just like the Tom Baker one. So they continue to do more classic Doctors, Sixth Doctor. Probably. Probably. I will take it. Twist my arm. And then Big Finish continues to squeeze on my wallet. So, in this first bit of news should not be any surprise, but David Tennant and Catherine Tate are going to return to record more 10th Doctor and Donna Big Finish stories. So, but they are supposed to head back to the Big Finish recording studio next month, according to Catherine Tate at a recent convention. So, and then this announcement from Big Finish, which, oh my goodness, I'm so buying this. So next year, 2019, Big Finish will be celebrating their 20 years of creating Doctor Who stories. So they are going to celebrate with a 20th anniversary special release. It's a 6-hour long series of stories called The Legacy of Time. So it is going to include classic and new series Doctor Who characters. So it's going to include Professor River Song, played by Alex Kingston, meeting her predecessor, another time-traveling archaeologist, Professor Bernice Summerfield. Kate Stewart traveling back in time to Classic Unit to meet the Third Doctor, and Joe Grant. As 2018, and the article from Big Fish says, as 2018 is also the 30th anniversary year of their first appearance in Remembrance of the Daleks, the Countermeasures team will be reunited with the 7th Doctor and Ace. The 6th Doctor and his companion Charlotte Pollard once again meet Detective Inspector Patricia Menzies in a police procedural like no other. Plus, we go to Gallifrey and elsewhere we enter the Time War. Doctors will meet, and there will be Easter eggs aplenty. Yeah. So, this sounds so good. I'm so excited now. It's not quite Light at the End, where that was just one story, essentially, with a whole bunch of crossover, but still, if we get, anytime you get Classic Who and New Who to crossover, to Unit. So, but it's going to be released July of next year. Yep. And then they're also doing a bundle where you can get this and Light at the End. Which, if you don't, what have you been doing? It's so good. Yep. So that is it for most of our fandom news. So we've got a couple other things to announce that are pretty newsworthy. As I mentioned, I think last episode maybe, that we were that our merch, we were having issues. um, those issues, as far as I know, they've been resolved, but because of those issues and honestly the merchandise options, I've been looking for another outlet for us, and we now have merch available on Redbubble. So the post that will now be the link when you if you go to the show notes and say buy our merch, it will now take you to Redbubble, and they have way more of a bigger variety of things you can actually buy, not just shirts and stickers. They've got cell phone covers, they've got pillows, they've got, it's kind of nuts, and that's only the stuff that I chose when I opened up the shop. So, but it is up and live available now. It has got our classic, I guess, classic logo, the logo that you see on everything, the sign when at conventions, on the business cards I pass out, the one shirt I do have, the logo that you see on all of our social medias, that sort of thing. And then there is a more minimalist logo as well, if you don't necessarily want the swirly design with all the fandoms listed and you want something with just our name and our tagline, that is available too. And I've got ideas for stuff that's not necessarily logo related, but stuff that we could potentially sell designs for. So if nothing there, if you don't want anything with our logo on it, stay tuned. If you do, go for it. You've got lots of options now. So, so yeah. So have at it. Enjoy. Go forth, and they're a larger company. It's still print on demand, so it's not like we're sitting on piles of merchandise going, I hope somebody orders something. Yeah, no flamethrowers, but yeah, I mean, if you want to buy stickers and decorate your flamethrower, don't don't uh, don't tag us, especially if you use it for nefarious purposes. In really exciting news, and I've been sitting on this for a little while, just because I had to make some phone calls and talk to some people about some things. But if you have been paying attention to our episode count, then you realize that we are very quickly coming up on episode 200, which is kind of a big deal. That's a big epiversary, as the Vortex guys like to call it. So that being said, we are doing a giveaway. So, yay! So we have partnered up with USAopoly, which pretty much you go on their website and you recognize a lot of their games. They do a lot of licensed games with Marvel and Harry Potter and Disney and all sorts of things. Versions of Clue and Monopoly and all that fun stuff. But they do have other games too that are not licensed. But they are sponsoring our giveaway. So first of all, thanks to them for this.
Thank you, guys. Yes, thank you
so we have got 3 of their games. Well, I don't actually have them yet. They're coming to me as we speak. They're being shipped to me, so I will be the keeper of the prizes until said prizes need to be distributed. So But we are going to have 3 of their games: Blank Slate, the Super Mario Brothers card game, and Telestrations in the 12-player party pack. And we're going to make this super easy for the most part. If you've done any of our giveaways before, we've got an entry form. It'll be it'll have its own dedicated blog post. Just go to the entry form on the blog. By the time you hear this, the entry form will be live, and you can enter. And the contest will be open for quite a while, because you may be thinking, well, you're doing episode 198 right now. That means episode 200 is going to be in 2 weeks. It's not, because I'm actually going to go on vacation again after next week's episode. So we are actually going to be off for 2 weeks, but in the meantime, the other gals will be watching our social medias and still posting stuff, news, trailers, that sort of thing, and they will make sure that you get reminders for the giveaway as well. It's just a really easy entry form. You can get multiple entries really easily by liking our Facebook page. If you already have, it'll register that. Following us on Twitter, and if you already do, it'll register that. You can just tell it I already follow them on Twitter, and it'll be like, okay, there you go. There's a tweet you can send out that's already preloaded. That will get you an entry, and then the one mandatory thing you have to do, and listen carefully, folks, because of the way this is set up, we've got 3 prizes. We're going to draw 3 winners. Each winner will get a prize. So in the entry form, we need you to tell us in order what your preferences are for the 3 games that we are giving away. If you don't have a preference, then just put no preference. But if you have a preference and you're like, I really want the Mario Brothers one, that would be my first pick, and then Blank Slate would be my second choice, and then the last one would be my third choice. Please, you have to put that in the entry form. That is mandatory. That being said, we will do our darndest to give people their first preference. However, you may not get your first preference, depending on who gets drawn and what their preferences are. So, just saying. But you're getting free stuff, so we'll get all sentimental when we record that episode. 200. We're sentimental now. Just wait when we record that episode next month. So the contest will run until right before we record that episode right now, barring any unforeseen circumstances. That should be the week of September 17th. Is when that episode will be recorded. We will draw those winners and announce those winners on that episode. So you've got plenty of time, but hey, you might as well enter ASAP so you know that you got your entry in there. So.
And we also will remind you that we still have episode 199.
Yes. Yep. So we'll have another episode next week. We'll remind you, and then I will make sure that you guys, my lovely co-hosts, have everything you need to remind people while I'm on vacation. So, and then there's links to the USA Opoly website and those specific games if you do want to go and read up on them. If you really want to make a preference choice, you can read up on them before you pick. So, and then other than that, it should be fairly straightforward. It shouldn't be an issue, but winners will need to be either in the United States or Canada. So, which I'm pretty sure that's like 99.99% of our listener base anyway. So hi, Kevin. That should not be an issue. But since USAopoly is sending the prizes to me, and then I will be responsible for sending them out, that means I will be the person responsible for mailing them. So, which that's where your financial support comes in a little bit. That may need to dip into the old Patreon fund to help pay for some of the shipping, depending on who wins. So.
We'll make it work.
Yep.
It's all worth it.
Yep. So enter our contest and win stuff.
We can do good stuff.
Yeah. Every now and then we do. So yeah, I cannot think. It was one of those things that it came out of a conversation at Gen Con where, I stopped by a booth and got to talking, and she was like, well, we could do maybe a giveaway. And I'm like, well, we do have our 200th anniversary or epiversary coming up. She's like, get a hold of me after Gen Con, after the madness dies down, and we'll chat. And I talked with her on the phone last week, and bada bing, bada boom. Prizes for y'all. So thanks again to USAopoly for sponsoring this giveaway. So I'm excited.
Go check them out and see what else they have, because they have something awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So, speaking of checking things out, you can check out our website, which is the5ishfangirls.com, and all this lovely information will be posted there, as well as links to the stuff we discussed in the show, and then also our Patreon, our Amazon store, our merch store, where you can go get all our cool stuff. You can also find links to our Facebook page and to Twitter and all our other great social media stuff, YouTube and iTunes and Stitcher Radio and Google Play. So you can listen to our lovely podcast and rate it and review it if you will. And as always, thank you to all of our supporters, whether you're Patriots Club or whether you're shop for Amazon store or buying our new merch, which I'm like, I don't really do tote bags. But yeah, so thank you all. See you out there on the interwebs, and thanks for listening. I hope you all enjoy.
Mm-hmm. And make sure to, if you're not attending either the Indie Disney Meet or the Toy Comic Expo this weekend, make sure you are following us on social media, because I will be posting from both.
Yes, and I will, when Salt Lake Phoenix gets going here in a couple weeks, I will also be posting our updates from that as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how things go from that. So we have to be close to convention.
It is. That it is. So, all right. Well, with that, I think we've got through all the news. Yay! So, with that, we shall sign off for this week. And Holly had to jump away. She had to take a phone call, but she says, goodbye, everybody! And this is Rachel in Indianapolis, Indiana. And since we haven't mentioned it yet, happy belated birthday to Tiny! Yay! Happy birthday, Alex! Woo! Yay! As he should. As he should. So, yay! Party! Goodbye, everybody!
You have been listening to the 5ish Fangirls podcast. You can find more episodes and information at the5ishfangirls.com. Any and all books, movies, games, and other forms of media mentioned are owned and operated by the respective copyright holders. No copyright infringement is intended or implied. If you'd like to support the show, the best and easiest way is to leave us a rating and review on iTunes. More ratings and reviews will make it easier for others to find the show. If you wish to support us monetarily, you can do so at Patreon at patreon.com/5ishfangirlspodcast. All money goes towards fees and equipment to help keep the show going. For official 5ish Fangirls merchandise, visit mymerch.us. We love hearing from our listeners and encourage feedback. You can email us at 5ishfangirls@gmail.com. You can also like and follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/5ishfangirls. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you all on the next episode.